Welcome on Vandana Classes YouTube channel. I am Vandana with you to discuss some interesting topic regarding linear equation in two variables. And especially in this video, I will discuss different operations to solve linear equation in two variables. Before I start it, I request you to it is not necessary to subscribe this channel, but it is necessary to watch this channel because it is very beneficial for you. My dear students, before starting it, I quickly recap some topic that you have learned in the previous standard. Mathematical quantities are up to variable and constant, and you know very well that variables, all the numbers are studied under constant or non-variables. Whatever variables are represented by A to Z, because it has various values, and this is why it is known as variables. Now let's discuss about that linear equation. This concept has been derived when variable and constant as combined by the basic operations of the mathematics. And you know that four basic operations are plus, minus, multiply and divide. Then terms, after the terms expression are formed, and when any expression has been converted into a statement of equality, or any expression which is equal to 0, then it is known as a statement of equality. And this statement of equality of an algebraic expressions, then it converts into algebraic equation. In this topic, I have to discuss linear equation. Such equation whose degree is 1. You have already learned in the previous standard that highest power is known as degree, and if degree is 1, then it is known as linear equation. Such linear equation may have one or more than one variables. Infinite number of variables are possible, and you know very well that, because I have quickly recap because you know all the topics in the previous standard, but it is necessary to discuss in this standard. Linear equation may have one and more than one variables, and in one variable you have already discussed in the previous standard. And what was the general form of linear equation? Means the highest power is 1. And it should be follow the statement of equality in one variable. What is the general form? Ax plus b is equal to 0. And where a and b both are real numbers, and you know very well that a cannot be equal to 0. That is the definition of linear equation in one variable. But your topic is linear equation in two variables. When linear equation in two variables has been given, then its form is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Similarly, a, b and c all are real numbers. And also a cannot be equal to 0 and b cannot be equal to 0. ab cannot be equal to 0, because you know that if a is equal to 0, then it converts into linear equation in one variable. If b is equal to 0, then also it has been converted into 0. Let's check. Suppose that a is equal to 0, then you have to just put 0 in place of a. 0 into x plus by plus c is equal to 0. Then it has been converted by plus c is equal to 0, and it converts into linear equation in one variable. Similarly, if b is equal to 0, then ax plus 0 into y plus c is equal to 0, and it can be written as ax plus c is equal to 0. So my dear student, a and b cannot be equal to 0. A linear equation in two variables, if only one equation has been given, suppose that ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, then if anyone you ask you that how many solutions are possible, infinite number of solution of a given linear equation in two variables are possible. Infinite number of solutions, not 1, 2, infinite number of solutions are possible. But when simultaneous two different linear equations have been given, suppose that this is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, and second one is actually dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. Two equations has been given. Then you have to say that, and both are linear equation in two variables, and two variables are x and y, where a, b, c are real number in first case, and d, e, f are real number in second case. A and b cannot equal to 0 in first case, d and e cannot be equal to 0 in the second case. Both are linear equation in two variables. And how many solutions are possible? Then you must know that it depends several conditions. Several conditions. When two linear equation in two variables has been given, then three possibilities are. First possibility is that it may has one and only one solution. Means one value of x and one value of y. One value of x and one value of y. This is the first case. Second case, and you may ask the question that, sir, which one is considered as value of the given linear equation in two variables? Such equation has been, such values is considered. Suppose that x is equal to alpha, one value, and y is equal to beta, that is another value. When you say that it is the value of given equation, when you put in place of x and y, LHS must be equal to RHS. Means it is equal to 0. So LHS, when you put in LHS, its result must be equal to RHS. Let's check. A alpha plus b beta plus c is equal to 0. Then alpha and beta are known as the value of solutions of roots of different name, solution, roots or values of given linear equation. You may ask that, sir, there are two equations, no doubt. If you have to put in second, then also if it is the solution of the equation, then if you put in second case, means d alpha in place of x you have to write down alpha, and in case of e you put beta plus f, then it is also equal to 0. So in both the cases, if it is the solution of the given linear equation, then if you put either in the first or in second, then its result must equal to 0. That is called solution of this equation. So first case I have just discussed, one values are possible, one and only one. In this case, x is equal to alpha and y is equal to beta. Second case is that there is no chance, no values are possible. X and y, you can't find out the values. This is the second case. And the third case, infinite number of values. Not 1, 2, infinite number of values are possible. So you have to keep in mind that when linear equation in two variables and two equations has been given, which is termed as simultaneous, means together. When two equations have been given, then three possibilities are: first, one and only one solution; second, no solution; and third one is infinite number of solutions. So let's discuss some more topics. So for given a system of linear equations, three values are possible. I have just mentioned first, one and only one solution. Second one, infinite solution. and third is no solution. Three conditions are, three solutions, there is three different types of solutions are, and three different solutions can be categorized into two different conditions, consistent and inconsistent. Two words you have to just keep in mind, consistent and inconsistent. What is the meaning of consistent? Consistent is the solution of the linear. It is the system in which two given linear equation has at least one solution. At least one solution. And what is the meaning of at least one? Suppose that your father has said that you give at least 1 rupee to the beggar. Then what it means? At least one means minimum one. And you have to give more than one. It is your wish. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 100,000 and more. It depends. But you can't give less than one. So in both the cases you can just see that one and only one solution. It means what? There is only one solution. One solution means one is possibility and second is infinite number of solution, and you know that infinite is start with one because it has at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to infinite. So it is started from 1. So these both are the condition of at least 1. So both satisfy the condition of consistent. So this is actually consistent. And second one is where no solution is possibility. Then this system of the solution is known as inconsistent. What it has been named? Consistent. So both. First one is consistent and second is inconsistent. My dear student, now I am going to discuss that how to solve. And first method I am going to discuss, that is graphical method. And in this method I have just taken two linear equation in two variables. Two equation. First linear equation is two variables. It has been given x minus y plus 3 is equal to 0. And second one has been given 2x minus 3y plus 4 is equal to 0. How to solve? Actually, graphical methods you have several questions made in the previous standard. By transposing, by rearranging, you have to find out the coordinates of. Coordinate here quite interesting. Coordinate you know very well that the value of x and value of y you have to just to find out. And by transposing you have just to do that. And I have just taken the first one, x minus y plus 3 is equal to 0. And I have just said that this is a linear equation in two variables, one equation, and one equation has infinite number of the values, and that is also called roots, infinite number of roots, and all the values you are able to, any one can be taken since it has infinite values. So you need to rearrange it. X minus y is equal to minus 3. You may transpose any one of them. X is equal to y minus 3. And now generally we made the chart of it. Because the first step is that to learn how to find the coordinates. Now if y is equal to 0, x is equal to 0 minus 3 is equal to minus 3. So first order pair you get, first coordinates, pair of coordinates, the value of x is minus 3 and y is equal to 0. If y is equal to 1 has been taken, x is equal to 1 minus 3, that is minus 2. So value is minus 2 and 1. Similarly, you can find 3, 4, 5 and so on. If you ask me that how many pair of coordinates we require to solve the question, then I can say you at least 2 pair. And I have just taken in this case 2 pair of it. Similarly, you go for second one. You go for second by rearranging them. My dear student, I have just rearranged because you know that it can you easily do that. 2x minus 3y plus 4 is equal to 0. By rearranging, I have just written x is equal to 3y minus 4 is upon 2. And after that, I have just taken y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1 in 2 steps, and I get the coordinate of x minus 2 and minus 1 upon 2. This was the first step to find out the coordinates in graphical methods. If you have done so, then you have to come in the next step, that how to represent this ordered pair or these coordinates of this x and y, this ordered pair on graphs. So in further I am going to discuss some special points regarding graphs. My dear, for our convenience, I have just written on the top because you know that this is board and it is complicated to write down over here. So I have just written this is for the first equation and this is for the second linear equation in 2 variables. Regarding graph, you know very well that a graph paper which is known as Cartesian plane, and you must have graph paper. And you know that when you draw horizontal and vertical line, then what will be the horizontal and vertical line in this case? Actually, this is the origin, and you know very well that this horizontal line x dash o x is x-axis, and y o y dash, this is y-axis. And you also know that it is perpendicular to one another because this one x dash o x, this axis you know very well that it is known as x axis, and this one y o y dash, this one is known as y axis, my dear. And also know that the coordinate of x is known as x coordinate, and and the coordinate of y is known as ordinate also, or y coordinate. You have to represent the coordinate on them. And you also know that when you draw x and y axis, then actually it is perpendicular from one another. Perpendicular. And you also know very well that this is known as first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and this one is fourth quadrant. And regarding sign, you know very well that this is positive, positive, negative, and this one is negative. And you can just see that what is the sign of the first quadrant. You have already learned in the previous standard also, plus plus. And what is the sign of second? Minus plus. And in third, minus minus. And fourth one is plus minus. And regarding ordered pair, you also know very well that first you draw the value of x and then you write the coordinate of y. So x and y you locate on the graphs. These all the facts you have learned several times in the previous standard and also in coordinate geometry. Let's go further how to represent this on number line. Actually, I have just located, you know very well that you have to draw on the Cartesian plane, and also you have to take the equal interval because scale should be fixed. And I have just located all the points on the on board. This is a rough work, but you have to do it on the Cartesian plane or in graphical. First equation, I have to just locate these coordinates. What is the first ordered pair? Minus 3, 0. minus 3 0, you know that minus 3 0, the value of x is minus 3 and the value of y is 0, so it is located here. Second one is minus 2 1, the value of x is minus 2 and value of y is 1. So on graph paper you have to write down here minus 2 and 1. And after that, when you have to just represent these two lines, 2 points, then with the help of a scale, you have to draw. Whatever it is very difficult for me to draw on the board. And I have just to try. In the next coordinate minus 2 0. Minus 2 0 is this one, minus 2 0, and second one is minus half. The value of x is minus half, and you know that it is occupy here, and y is equal to 1. So there is a here it is the point. It looks little bit gathering over there. So 1 point, and this is another point. Here I have just drawn for your convenience. Now with the help of a scale, again you have to join this one. And my dear, you can just see that you may mention in some books it has been given that this is the line of the first linear equation in two variables. So you may write x minus y plus 3 is equal to 0 on the first line, and second equation in second, that was 2x minus 3y plus 4 is equal to 0. Now your work has been completed. And what is the solution of this graph? You can just join it on the x-axis and on the y-axis, and this will be the value of x and this will be the value of y. Since it is very difficult to do accurate value on this board, you do on your graph copy, and in next video I will discuss some more problems and some more methods to solve the linear equation in two variables. Hope you have to enjoy this session. Thank you very much. Keep watching Vandana Classes YouTube Darbhanga.